What evil lurks behind the facade of a seemingly ordinary man? In the dark world of criminal history, John Wayne Gacy remains a chilling figure, known for his dual life as a successful businessman and a notorious killer. His horrifying crimes shocked the nation and left an enduring mark on the study of criminal psychology. Today we delve into the macabre story of John Wayne Gacy, exploring the disturbing reality behind one of the most infamous criminals in modern history. John Wayne Gacy was born on March 17, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois. He was the second of 3 children in a family that was far from idyllic. His father, a World War I veteran, was an authoritarian figure whose harsh and abusive behavior cast a long shadow over Gacy's early years. The young Gacy struggled to gain his father's approval and navigate a turbulent household. Despite these early difficulties, he appeared to be a quiet, somewhat introverted child, seeking escape through his own internal world. As he reached adulthood, Gacy began building a career in contracting. His success in this field quickly established him as a respected figure in his community. His charm and dedication to his work enabled him to integrate into local organizations and charities. Gacy became known for his role as Pogo the Clown, a character he performed at children's parties. This seemingly innocent role, intended to bring joy and laughter to children, would later become a horrifying symbol of his true nature. In the early 1970s, Gacy's life seemed to epitomize success and community involvement. He was celebrated for his charitable contributions and active participation in local events. His reputation was that of a generous, civic-minded individual who went above and beyond to help others. Gacy hosted numerous charity functions and was involved in local political circles, where his public persona was one of an upstanding citizen. However, behind this facade of respectability lay a disturbing secret. Over a span of 6 years, from 1972 to 1978, Gacy committed a series of horrific crimes, luring young men and boys to his home under false pretenses, only to subject them to unspeakable suffering. Gacy's victims were often vulnerable individuals, young runaways, those estranged from their families, or individuals grappling with personal struggles. He exploited their desperation, offering them jobs or a place to stay, thereby gaining their trust. Once they were inside his home, Gacy's demeanor would shift drastically. He would overpower his victims and inflict severe physical and psychological torture before ultimately killing them. His methods of murder were both brutal and varied, including strangulation and other forms of violence. After murdering his victims, Gacy would dispose of their bodies in horrific ways. He often buried them beneath the floorboards of his house or discarded them in nearby rivers. The sheer number of victims, 29 in total, left law enforcement grappling with the vast scale of his crimes. The ability of Gacy to maintain a facade of normalcy played a significant role in delaying his capture. His charm, respectability, and involvement in community activities effectively concealed his true nature. His role as a clown and his community contributions added layers of credibility to his public persona, making it difficult for anyone to suspect him of such gruesome deeds. The contrast between his public image and his private actions created a chilling dissonance that would only be fully understood once his crimes were uncovered. The breakthrough in the investigation came in December 1978, with the disappearance of 15-year-old Robert Piest. Piest, who worked at a local pharmacy, disappeared under mysterious circumstances. His family's concern led to a police investigation that eventually revealed Gacy's connection to the case. As authorities began scrutinizing Gacy's background, disturbing evidence emerged. A search of Gacy's home revealed the horrifying extent of his crimes. Investigators discovered bodies buried beneath the floorboards, in the crawl space, and in other locations around the property. The gruesome discoveries shocked the nation and exposed the full scale of Gacy's depravity. The evidence against him was overwhelming, leading to his arrest in December 1978. Gacy's trial, which began in 1980, was a media sensation, drawing intense public and media scrutiny. The defense team argued that Gacy was insane, attempting to portray him as a man driven to madness by his inner demons. They suggested that Gacy's mental state was responsible for his heinous actions, hoping to mitigate the severity of his punishment. However, the prosecution presented a compelling case, demonstrating Gacy's premeditation, methodical approach, and clear intent behind his crimes. The evidence against him was robust and irrefutable, painting a disturbing picture of his calculated cruelty. On March 13, 1980, John Wayne Gacy was found guilty of 33 murders, making him one of the most prolific serial killers in history. His conviction and death sentence were met with shock and horror, and his case became a cautionary tale about the dangers of ignoring red flags and the potential for evil that can lurk behind a facade of normalcy. The media coverage of his trial, coupled with the grisly details of his crimes, left a lasting impact on the public psyche. Gacy's case had profound implications for law enforcement and criminal justice. It underscored the importance of thorough investigations and the need for law enforcement agencies to work collaboratively to address potential threats. The case also sparked discussions about the psychological profiles of serial killers and the factors contributing to their development. Gacy's story became a focal point for studying the characteristics and warning signs of such dangerous individuals. In retrospect, the case of John Wayne Gacy raises critical questions about how society can better identify and address potential threats. Could more have been done to prevent his reign of terror? Were there missed opportunities to uncover his crimes earlier? These questions continue to provoke discussion and reflection, contributing to a broader understanding of criminal behavior and investigative techniques. The legacy of Gacy's crimes also extends to changes in how missing persons cases are handled. The investigation highlighted the need for a more proactive approach in searching for missing individuals and identifying potential links to criminal activities. The psychological impact on the families of Gacy's victims cannot be overstated. They endured unimaginable grief and horror as the details of their loved ones' final moments came to light. The pain of such loss is compounded by the brutal nature of the crimes and the lengthy legal process that followed. Many families have sought solace in advocacy, working to support other victims of violent crime and pushing for legal reforms to prevent future tragedies. Moreover, Gacy's case has had a lasting influence on popular culture and public consciousness. Numerous books, documentaries, and films have attempted to dissect his personality and crimes, seeking to understand the mind of a man capable of such evil. These portrayals serve as grim reminders of the capacity for human cruelty and the importance of vigilance in our communities. The story of John Wayne Gacy also highlights the resilience of survivors and their families. Despite the darkness of their experiences, many have found ways to honor the memories of those lost and to work towards a safer, more aware society. Their courage and dedication are testaments to the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable evil. What are your thoughts on John Wayne Gacy and his crimes? Do you believe more could have been done to prevent his killing spree? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights and perspectives are valuable to us and contribute to a deeper understanding of this complex and disturbing case. If you found this video engaging and informative, be sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth investigations into the world of true crime.